My name is Abhijit Kushi, and please find my fourth assignment in DevTools. Assignment 4 involved converting your assignment 3 into a Spring MVC architecture. Now, the important elements of a Spring MVC architecture involve the controllers and the model attributes and the model and view. I'm using two controllers in this application. I will actually show those controllers. I'm using the login event controller, this controller is called uh, whenever this URL is populated, and there's the post method, and initially when we click on the login page, that is obtained through this controller method. This is the get request and this is the post request. I'm also using the Spring form tag library in the JSP, and if we show that again. This is login page.jsp. I'm using the Spring form tag library. And the attributes of the object, the attributes of the object user bean are populated here. So whenever the request is submitted and the controller is called, a model attribute user bean is passed to the through the to login auth method, and the various processing takes place inside the login event method. Now, majority of the business logic I have done through the calendar event delegate, the business implementing the business delegate pattern. Now, what the login page does is that once it authenticates the user, it navigates to the cal event page where the calendar events and all the calendars are displayed, whereas the other method in the login event controller just navigates to the login page. The second controller is a process event controller. Process event controller is mapped to the cal event 1 page. All the requests made from the cal event page are posted to the process event controller. So this method is called whenever a user changes the calendar or adds another event, and once again the business processing is done through the calendar event delegate method. The URL is obtained from and is populated into session inside this controller, and once again the model and the view is again the same page, and so the map is displayed on the same page. Another feature which I'm using this in my code is I'm using open source calendar tag library, which for displaying for adding the date through a calendar pop-up, as opposed to the previous time where I had mandated the user to manually type the date in a specific form. But this will pop-up will he has to just select one date and it will get populated in the text field. And I'm also using the tiles the tiles framework here in my application. I'm using it in the following manner. So I'll show the dispatcher servlet. This is my Spring configuration servlet. I'm using the URL based view resolver as well as the tiles view here. I'm using the tiles in the following fashion. I'm creating a layout.jsp, and I'm adding inside it the header.jsp and the footer.jsp and the body, and here I'm overriding it for the calendar event and the login page with the login page.jsp and cal event.jsp. Now the interesting feature here is that in header.jsp I'm including all the things like the common things like the tags here and the HTML head tag, because these things are repetitive across all the pages, so it's better to keep them inside one header page. And once again the footer page is this. The footer page has just the closing HTML tag. Now another advantage of the header.jsp is suppose tomorrow a common menu is supposed to be displayed across all pages. It can be added inside this header page, so the developer just needs to work on his own screen rather than worrying about the common components. Next feature in my application is that I've developed a custom tag in order to perform internationalization based on the URL. Now, the first I try to get the language through a filter which I have developed here. I have developed the following filter. I developed the URL filter. What it does is that it removes the language and adds it inside its session. So the language can be anything. It could be English, it could be Dutch or German. It adds here, and the URL, and then the tag library which I have written inside a separate jar is this URL based resource bundle tag. What it does is that based on the language passed in the URL and the resource files, that is written message.properties or whatever value labels or properties, it takes them and it finds the specific property bundle for that locale and populates it inside a variable which once again is customized by you. So now I'll try to show my application quick. First I'll open the English page. The page is submitted here. English. Now suppose if you want to open the Netherlands or the Dutch page, this is the way I'll do it. Yeah, see this names are populated through these files. This ones, and the third way is this. The return page is this one, which is the different property, like messages.de. Another advantage of using this is that suppose if you want to customize a layout based on a specific country, it's possible here. For example, in case of as you can see is here the font style is different. For German the style is going to be different as well. Yeah, look at this. It's different for this, and then I brought it through this fashion. That is the the Dutch is present inside the NL folder. The German is inside the German sounds inside the Dutch folders. So if a specific country asks for a different layout, then you can just change the style and keep it in what you say. So here's ending my fourth assignment.